Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. See, I just want to tell you thank you, because you always stay.
Hey guys, it's your girl Hindia, and I'm here with my first ever YouTube video. I'm gonna do my makeup while I answer some of you guys' dilemmas and a few questions you guys have asked me as well, because you lot are enough. You want to know all about me? Let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to my makeup, skin prep is so important. Without skin prep, your makeup is not gonna sit right. If you always find that your makeup is like cakey and stuff like that, it's because your face isn't moisturized. You're putting makeup on top of dry skin. Always start with a little rose water mist, and then I use my Provoke All Day Glow Cream, just a nice little moisturizer. And then if I need my makeup to last, then I'm gonna use a primer. If I use this one by e.l.f. It's sticky, like it helps your makeup stick. The first question I'm gonna answer is what country I'm from. Everybody always gets shocked when I tell them what countries I'm from. I like getting asked what country I'm from because I get slag-assed because I'm from different ones, so it's like, ooh, mix. But I'm Caribbean and South American. I'm Jamaican, Guyanese and Surinamese. Nobody ever guesses that. Everybody always thinks that I'm either Nigerian or Ghanaian. I've had Congolese before, but I don't really see that one. But Congolese girls are so pretty, so it makes sense. I try to be them girls that have their hair out looking all pretty, but I can't. I need to clip it back. Now I'm gonna do my eyebrows. When I asked the dilemmas, so many people asked me about friendship dilemmas. One girl said that her friends was disrespecting her and she basically wants to cut them off. One thing that I always say about like things with friendship is I'm a firm believer in friendship. I always believe in fighting for a friendship rather than fighting for a degga boy. If you feel like your friends disrespect you or talk to you anyhow and you just don't really like how they're moving, talk to them about it first. Don't be so quick to cut people off because maybe they don't know what they're doing. I just feel like you should always give people second chances because people do make mistakes. Especially things like, talking with disrespect. It could be a thing where in their other friendships, that's just how they talk to each other. So they don't really know like that you're more sensitive. You don't like jokes like that. So that's why I always say like, I'm a firm believer in talking to your friends about how you feel. Don't just ghost people, especially if you've been friends for a hot minute. Just to ghost your friend out of the blue, it's a bit weird. To fill in my eyebrows, I use this one by Maybelline. It's like a micro brow pencil. It just allows me to like do soft hair strokes. It makes my eyebrows look more natural than if you were to use just like a regular blunt eyebrow pencil. You want to try a Benefit one because my friend got sent a whole bunch of makeup from Benefit in it, and she got an eyebrow pencil and I saw her do like a tutorial using them and it made her brows look so good. So I'm thinking I should go and invest in some Benefit brow products. Then like guys, I just read the next dilemma and it's made me mad because we don't move man, but basically the girl was saying how she's a crush on someone in her year group and she basically wants to talk to him. We need to stop telling girls to move man. We need to stop saying, oh, I get every single guy that I move to. Well, yeah, obviously. Have you met men? They don't reject women. Most of these boys' intentions, yeah, is lust. It's not love, it's lust. If you move him and he does find you attractive and entertains you, what makes you think that it's going to be on anything serious? All you've done is made it easier for him. He doesn't now need to grasp you because he knows already, oh yeah, she likes me, she's feeling my thing. So now I can go easily cheat. Like, let's put 2 and 2 together, girls. Let's not be delulu. I would never, ever recommend moving to a guy. Just wait for him to come to you. You can put yourself in the position, have friendly conversation, but never directly say to a guy, oh yeah, like, I want to chat to you, I like you. Adam was made first, not Eve. Do you get it? Men are meant to lead. Foundation time. I've been loving this one by Pillar. I never heard of this brand before until they sent it to me, but guys, this is actually a really good foundation. Darker than my skin tone, which I like. The soft matte finish, which is my favorite type of finish on a foundation. I don't really like glowy foundations, nor do I like super matte foundations. This person that asked this question is Nuff. And it's kind of funny because it's like, I don't know how long you've been following me to ask this question, but they basically asked why I don't hang out with certain people anymore. I'm just gonna keep it classy and say that sometimes you just grow apart from people. Do you get like some people are just supposed to be there for a season and that's just the reason, period per like. Not everyone is supposed to, you know, be in your life forever and you have to be okay with that. If they're supposed to be, you guys will meet again. I'm a firm believer in, you see how like boys will pop up to you or whatever after they've done you dirty. Yeah, like that's just a boy moving with his lust in it. But I'm a firm believer in if you guys bump into each other in real life, it's meant to be. Because certain people, it's like, I literally live like 10 minutes away from you and I've not seen you. Do you get it? So it's like, I don't feel like I'm supposed to see you. But if you was to actually bump into them, it's like, I'm supposed to see you. I don't know. I think there's a word for it. I don't know the word for it, but I'm a firm believer in if you guys randomly just bump into each other, it's meant to be. You're supposed to speak. For my concealer, I go in with a little bit of a darker concealer. This is not that dark. but it's darker than this one. I'll go in with this one, but I blend this one out first, then I blend this one out after. Yeah. Going back to bumping into people in real life, that's why I feel like social media has kind of ruined certain things, because I feel like social media makes people too accessible. Someone can just message you. Someone can literally just message you after they've done you dirty. Back in the day, if someone's done you dirty in real life, it's like, you don't have to ever speak to that person again if you don't want to. You can block people, but people can make fake accounts, people can stalk you, they can call you on no caller ID, and that's low-key what I hate about like this generation. It's like you can be harassed basically, and it's like back in the day you couldn't, or you just wouldn't even be. Like when I was younger, even though we had phones, people wouldn't harass you the way that they harass you now. I also feel like it creates problems. Like before, you was not checking who this person is talking to. Obviously you could go through like your phone book and look at the phone bill and whatever, but it's like, oh, I've just done my concealer wrong. It's okay. It's gonna come out the same way anyway. You couldn't check someone's likes. You couldn't check your husband's likes. You couldn't check your boyfriend's likes. Like, that's why I feel like social media has complicated things, because things are so easily accessible. It's like, oh, on to the next. But it's like, people think that you can just use people and throw them away, if that makes sense. Whereas, because you actually had to go outside and meet people, obviously you shouldn't settle for bad things. You shouldn't settle in life, but it's like people were more willing to keep friends around, and they were also willing to keep relationships around, because it's like now there's this whole, I can just find another you tomorrow, literally, because you can. So much easier to find another person tomorrow. I just don't really like that mentality of we can just take people through. I can find someone that looks just like you tomorrow. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I miss when people actually, you know, cared to keep people in their lives. Now it's baking time. I actually love to bake. Oh my god, I can't multitask when I'm baking, guys. I just like when it just goes yellow. Like, I just love when the under eye is just bright and yellow, like a freaking traffic light, like a lollipop lady. One thing someone asked me was how to balance owning a business while being in school or doing work or XYZ. Honestly, what I said to her was, because I even answered her personally, understand that school should always come first, because anything can go wrong with a business. School will always be a good backup plan. Like, you cannot go wrong with having any form of education. Please do not fumble your education for a business. Obviously, if it's more like a thing where it's like uni or something like that, then it's a little bit different, but do not fumble your GCSEs and your A-levels or your BTECs for a business that might not even work out. You can always come back to a business. It's hard to come back to your A-levels. You don't want to be, obviously you can, but it's like you don't want to be a 40-year-old doing your A-levels. Come on. Obviously, no hate. There's hella people that are like 40 and they go back to uni. There's no hate with that, but then that's a different circumstance. That's a thing where you had to grind because you had kids or XYZ and you're going back to uni at 40. There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to not even have your A-levels is wild, especially if you're British born. Come on. There's people that are in different countries, they come here and then they do uni at 40. What are you doing at 15, 16 that you don't have any A-levels? Come on. The key is balance, because you don't want to overwork yourself. You don't want to be doing school, work, and then it's like having no leisure time. You have no time for your friends. Like, when you're young, please, let's take this from me. Your young years under the age of 18 is the best years you will ever have in your life. I promise you, after 18, everything is misery. I'm just keeping it real. Everything is responsibilities, bills, payments, bills, responsibilities, bills. When you're under 18, there is no bills. Please take advantage of that while you're young. When you're laughing, stay in the moment and laugh, because you will never laugh the same way that you were laughing at 16 in science again. I promise you. Guys, I was chatting beds and I forgot to do my cream bronzer. I'm just gonna powder bronze instead. Well, usually I would use this powder bronzer to set it anyway, but I was talking too much. I told you guys, I just chat shit. But this is literally the best bronzer ever. Like, I love the color. Thank you, Fenty. Thank you, Rihanna. You really did your big one with this bronzer. I got a lot of questions on how to be confident. I think I'm gonna do a whole YouTube video on confidence, because guys, as I said, I think I'm gonna bring like my girl talk series to YouTube, so it's like more long form content. I'm gonna skip that question for now, but you're gonna get a whole video on that. Don't worry, sweetheart, you're gonna get a whole video on that. I don't know why the camera cut out, but I put blush on. If you know me, then you know that I swear by this blush palette. The colors in there are just beautiful and pigmented, as you can see. That's literally my makeup, and I answered all of you lot's dilemmas. I'm gonna do my lips, and then I'm gonna do my hair, and I'm gonna come back. And this is the final look. One thing about me is I'm gonna put my hair in a slick back. This is my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment for more. I'm gonna try and be consistent. I think my posting schedule is gonna be Sunday, every Sunday, 6 p.m. Fingers crossed. Yeah, love you guys, and see you in my next one. Bye.